Councillor Joel Charles, we enter another week regarding the refuse workers' dispute. Allegation of workplace bullying. On Friday, one of the points one of the refuse workers alleged was the conditions even that they don't have any chairs to sit at back at their base. You were there, you heard that. What's your response to that?
Well, both Robert Halford and I heard the bin workers on Friday say that they don't even have chairs to sit on. And I put out on social media a picture of some bin workers sitting on the floor in Mead Park, where Veolia Harlow operates from. It's unacceptable. What we heard on Friday was these stories about workplace bullying and intimidation, which in 2020 are just not acceptable.
I guess I should say that that's a sort of unverified photograph, and I need to speak to Viola about that. But I've had a lot of information here, and I'm trying to get a timeline together of when people knew and what they knew. And Councillor Purton said that there is no dispute that he'd heard of. When do you think what evidence do you have, if any, that people did know more than the letting on?
Well, I've now found out that last year, bin men met the council to discuss workplace bullying and health and safety issues. I know the date of that meeting, I know who turned up to that meeting, I have that full disclosure of information. Now, what concerns me is that completely contradicts what has been issued by the council in form of a statement and by the leader of the council and of course the portfolio holder for environment, who said categorically that there is no workplace bullying going on at Veolia Harlow. I've obtained that evidence, I know when that meeting happened, and I think the council must now explain when it knew about the problems at Veolia Harlow, because if they had known last year, as has been corroborated by the bin men, in the fact that they've had this meeting, then they have serious questions to answer. They didn't act last year to deal with the workplace bullying and harassment that has been alleged to have gone on in Veolia Harlow.
So are you saying these are meetings between council officers and members of Viola?
A meeting took place between the council and bin men to discuss workplace bullying and alleged harassment, and some wider issues around health and safety. Now, I have to be very careful because this is subject to the whistleblowing rules of Harlow Council, and I have to be sensitive to that. But the bin men themselves want this to get out, that Labour-run Harlow Council knew last year that there was alleged bullying and health and safety issues, and they failed to act on it. Now, I have to say that if the portfolio holder for environment knew that, and he went on to say to you this year that there was no workplace bullying going on at Veolia Harlow, he should consider his position now, because he has misled the public if he didn't know about the problems that are going on at Veolia Harlow. He should do the right thing and resign.
But that's a big if, isn't it? Because we're getting the feeling, without the evidence, that the if is that maybe elected officials, as in councils, didn't know about these things and have been left in some way out of the loop.
What was interesting in the council's statement and in the leader of the council's statement recently, that they said that they were disappointed that Veolia Harlow hadn't raised the alleged workplace bullying and harassment. They left out the option that the council may have been approached directly by bin men themselves, as I know they have, about workplace bullying and health and safety issues. I know the date of that meeting, I know that meeting took place, and I know the people who attended that meeting. So there are serious questions now for Labour-run Harlow Council to deal with these issues.